Hi, my name is Diane Young. I will be doing a psychological analysis on the book and film of Mice and Men, written by John Steinbeck. The story focuses on the two characters of George Milton and Lenny Small, who traveled together to find jobs and share a dream of buying their own land where they would farm and keep animals. They find a nearby ranch to work in and meet their boss, who is in charge of the ranch. They also meet the other workers on the farm: Slim, Crooks, Candy and his dog, Carlton and Whit, and Curly's wife. Curly is very protective of his wife, who is a flirt. Throughout the story, her friendliness with other men resulted in fights and led her to be unintentionally killed by Lenny. To save Lenny, George shoots him in the back of his head. Lenny is a big man, but with an innocent and simple-minded character. Unaware of his actions, he can be dangerous. Due to his mental illness, he has to rely on George. He has a big love for animals and has little memory of everything but his dream. The five-factor model has 5 traits of openness, conscientiousness, extroversion, agreeableness, and neuroticism to describe a person's personality. Lenny would be high on openness because he has a high interest in animals and an imagination of his own farm. In contrast, Lenny would be low on conscientiousness because of how he is so unaware of his actions and surroundings. He always has to rely on George to get him out of trouble and to also get a job to survive. Lenny would be high on extroversion because of his warmth and love of animals. He finds the most security in petting soft animals. He would also be high on agreeableness because of how devoted he is with George. Lastly, he would be low on neuroticism because of how innocent and simple-minded he is. Though not specifically stated, he may have ADHD or obsessive compulsive disorder through the symptoms shown. Symptoms shown that he could have had ADHD were his short attention spans and his trouble remembering things. Symptoms shown that he could have had obsessive compulsive disorder were his repetitive behavior and his obsession with rabbits. George is small and short-tempered but a loving and caring friend to Lenny. He believes that it is wrong to take advantage of the weak and always commits to protecting him. George has a dream of living on a farm peacefully with Lenny. According to the five-factor model, he would be high on all of the 5 traits. George would be high on openness because he has dreams for the future and is very independent in moving forward. He would also be high on conscientiousness because he has a plan in controlling things and Lenny depends on George to survive. George would also be high on extroversion because he is kind and devoted to protecting Lenny. He would also be high on agreeableness because of how he is helpful to Lenny. Lastly, George would be high on neuroticism because of how short-tempered he is. Steinberg's triarchic theory of intelligence is composed of analytical, creative, and practical. George has creative intelligence because he always has to find ways to survive and keep Lenny out of trouble. He also has a creative plan for his dream. George also has practical intelligence because he knows when they are in trouble and he stays away from bad, deceiving people such as Curly and his wife. George and Lenny are different. They are dependent on each other to survive. George sometimes says that his life would be easier if he wasn't with Lenny. However, he helps Lenny because he believes the world preys on the weak and that he should help the weak instead of take advantage of them. George's relationship with Lenny can be described as pro-social behavior, which is voluntary behavior with the intent of helping other people. George chooses to be with Lenny for no benefit in return. This is called altruism, when the cost of George helping Lenny outweighs his benefit. George and Lenny show a high level of self-efficacy, which is the level of confidence in their own abilities. They travel around looking for jobs and could never keep one due to Lenny getting in trouble. However, they were always confident and never lost hope in achieving their dream of having their own farm despite the hardships.
Guys like us that work on ranches are the loneliest guys in the world. They got no family and they don't belong no place. They got nothing to look ahead to.
But not us, George. Tell about us.
Well, we ain't like that. No. We got a future. We got somebody to talk to that gives a damn about us. If them other guys gets in jail, they can rot for all anybody cares.
But not us, George, because I got you to look after me, but you got me to look after. But George, tell about how it's gonna be.
Someday, we're gonna have us a little house and a couple of acres. And the cow, and the
pig and chicken, and
Chick.
we're gonna live off the fat of the land, and
Yeah.
have rabbits.
and have
Lord.
rabbits.